off as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
Go.
56. Mott's 56.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run.
This is Hines. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags 34. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Campbell making the catch. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Watch the pass.
Here's 2nd and 8. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Pryor, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this looks them. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Ready. Watch 98 to Mike. Let's go.
On first down, Lucas. He finds an opening past the 40. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. the Jaguars have taken the lead. The point after is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Go! 70, Indy.
44,
Mike's 3. 218, chopper. Ready?
On third down, it's Hines. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Pryor looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brings up third down.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
Hey, Haywood.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check, 56. Check. Kill. Switch.
Come.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still third and long.
Watch QB drop. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Yeah. Shoot. Check.
Shoot.
Looking to throw. Pryor. He's got a man. Complete. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Colts are going to jump back in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
They'll run on first down. It's Lucas. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Throwing now, Jackson on first down toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
You ready?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, it means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there now. Tighten up.
Light. Let go.
On first down, Hines. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Ready.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
61, matchbox, light. Hey, Wahoo.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check 56. Bring it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Now, that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Set, ready. 10-2 start.
56.
He don't know no better. Hit it.
Looking to throw on second down. Pryor. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Here we go again. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Lee Griffin.
From the gun, Pryor. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll run on first down. Lucas. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Lucas, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Jaguars.
On first down, it's Lucas. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Here we go. 6 yards. 58 right there. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Switch.
On second down now. It's Lucas. That's some strong running. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All day, every day, any day. Let's go, D.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A nice run on first down gets them 6 yards to the 31. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flushed out right. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Operating from the gun. Pryor. Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jaguars' 19-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hurry, hurry. 5.
Now a give, right side. It's Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Now.
On 3rd down. Hines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this 1st half. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this 2nd half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so, as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Check.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Joker.
Yes.
44.
Hey, 5-7. Get it.
Here's Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Off play action. McCall. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw. McCall under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17. Right back to him on 1st down. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Check it back.
Now again, right side. Godwin. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Here's Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Check nickel. Jam. Watch the shit.
They'll try the left side. Godwin. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
198. Watch 98. 98's the mic. I got it. 198. Watch 98.
They go play action now. Jackson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check, cross, new draw, Horford. Snap.
Throwing again. McCall. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
56. Mike's 56.
From the gun, McCall. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Godwin, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Jackson on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch twist. Watch the twist. Under 10. 10. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Strip that ball. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, that's complete to Oliver. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Let's make these babies cry all the way to go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Ready? 8, read.
I got it.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
2nd and 15. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for Indy. 55 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. His throw caught right around the 6. That one goes for 24 yards. Now, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep, find some space, and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now it's Hines, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. No problem there on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Godwin, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. the gun on third down. Jackson. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Shame, baby. Let's go now. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Jags, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew,